Sound one. बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। एक जदन कर बदन के पर बंदो कर जोर, कृपा करे शिवनंदन बुद्धि वरे जेहु मोर। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर, गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी, विद्यारम्भं कलिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल।
राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में दो वे मुख से राधे राधे बोल।
राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल।
राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में दो वे मुख से राधे राधे बोल।
राधे 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 जय श्री राधे।
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 राधे राधे वो, राधे राधे वो, बरसाने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे वो।
राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में दो वे मुख से राधे राधे बोल।
श्री बरसानो धाम रंगीलो,
श्री बरसानो धाम रंगीलो।
श्री बरसानो धाम रंगीलो,
श्री बरसानो धाम रंगीलो।
धाम रंगीलो बज धाम रंगीलो।
धाम रंगीलो बज धाम रंगीलो।
राधा के अनमोल कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल। राधा के अनमोल कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल। राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बोल।
राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में डोल वे मुख से राधे राधे बोल।
ब्रह्माचल पर्वत मन भायो,
ब्रह्माचल पर्वत मन भायो,
ओ ब्रह्माचल पर्वत मन भायो,
ब्रह्माचल पर्वत मन भायो,
राधा करत किलो कि मुख से राधे राधे बो, राधा करत
किलो मुख से राधे राधे बो,
राधे राधे बो, राधे राधे बो, बरसाने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बो,
राधे राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में डोल, हे मुख से राधे राधे बोल।
ब्रज के गलियन मोहन खेले,
ब्रज की गलियन मोहन खेले,
ब्रज के गलियन मोहन खेले,
ब्रज की गलियन मोहन खेले,
मोहन खेले सवरिया खेले,
मोहन खेले सवरिया खेले,
और ग्वालन से दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बो, और ग्वालन से दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बो, राधे राधे बो, राधे राधे बो, बरसाने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बो,
राधे बोल, राधे राधे बोल, बरसाने में डोल, रे मुख से राधे राधे बोल।
गेही वरवन की लता बदन में, गेही वरवन की लता बदन में, बोले पक्षी राधे बो कि मुख से राधे राधे बो, बोले पक्षी राधे बो कि मुख से राधे राधे बो, राधे राधे बो, राधे राधे बो, बरसाने में दो कि मुख से राधे
राधे बोल,
राधे 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 जय श्री राधे,
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 राधे राधे बो, राधे राधे बो, बरसाने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बो, राधे राधे बो, राधे राधे बो, बरसाने में दो कि मुख से राधे राधे बो, कि मुख से राधे राधे बो, कि मुख से राधे राधे बो, कि मुख से राधे राधे बो। ओ भजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे, ओ भजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे, हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे, हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे, ओ भजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे, ओ भजा हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे,
हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे,
ओ बजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे, हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे
हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे।
जिनकी छाया है माया सदा ही रहे, जिनकी छाया है माया सदा ही रहे, जिनकी छाया है माया सदा ही रहे, जिनकी छाया है माया सदा ही रहे। राम नाम से भव भय से बंधन करे, राम नाम से भव भय से बंधन करे। ओ बजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे, ओ बजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे। हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे हरे राम हरे राम।
हरे राम हरे।
तेरी सुंदर सलोने चभी मन को हरे,
तेरे सुंदर सलोने जभी मन को हरे,
तेरे सुंदर सलोने चभी मन को हरे,
तेरी सुंदर सलोने जभी मन को हरे,
तेरे सुंदर सलोने चभी मन को हरे, तेरे सुंदर सलोने चभी मन को हरे। तेरे चरणों में स्वामी काया परे, ओ बजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे, ओ बजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे। हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे। कोई दीपक जलाए कोई पूजा करे,
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 कोई दीपक जलाए कोई पूजा करे, कोई दीपक जलाए कोई पूजा करे। मैं डोलाया हो हाथ प्रभु भक्ति भरी, मैं डोलाया हो हाथ प्रभु भक्ति भरी। ओ बजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे, ओ बजा कर यही नाम
मन बावरे।
हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे। ओ बजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे, ओ बजा कर यही नाम मन भावरे। हरे राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे 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 राम हरे राम हरे राम हरे।
तुम्हें बुलाते हैं, तुम्हें बुलाते हैं देवा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं, तुम्हें बुलाते हैं बाबा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं। आओ आओ गजानन हम तुम्हें बुलाते हैं, आओ आओ गजानन हम तुम्हें बुलाते हैं, तुम्हें बुलाते हैं देवा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं, तुम्हें बुलाते हैं बाबा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं। आओ आओ गजानन हम तुम्हें बुलाते हैं। गजराने से आओ गजानन, ललवन भोग लगाते हैं, पान सुपारी और नारियल चरणों में चढ़ाते हैं। गजराने से आओ गजानन, ललवन भोग लगाते हैं, पान सुपारी और नारियल चरणन में चढ़ाते हैं। आओ आओ गजानन तुमको भोग लगाते हैं, आओ आओ गजानन तुमको भोग लगाते हैं, भोग लगाते हैं देवा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं, भोग लगाते हैं देवा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं। आओ आओ गजानन हमको भोग लगाते हैं। पार्वती के पुत्र गजानन देवों में हो न्यारे हैं, शंकर जी के राज दुलारे सबकी आंखों के तारे हैं। पार्वती के पुत्र गजानन देवों में हो न्यारे हैं, शंकर जी के राज दुलारी सबकी आंखों के तारे हैं। आओ आओ गजानन हम लाड लडाते हैं, लाड लडाते हैं देवा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं, लाड लडाते हैं देवा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं। आओ आओ गजानन हमको तुम्हें बुलाते हैं। बीच सभा में आओ गजानन, कीर्तन तुम्हें सुनाते हैं, बीच सभा में आओ गजानन, कीर्तन तुम्हें सुनाते हैं। रामायण के दो पर करके राम का अलग जगाते हैं। आओ आओ गजानन राम भजन सुनाते हैं, भजन सुनाते हैं देवा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं, भजन सुनाते हैं देवा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं। आओ आओ गजानन हमको तुम्हें सुनाते हैं, आओ आओ गजानन तुम्हें बुलाते हैं, तुम्हें बुलाते हैं देवा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं, तुम्हें बुलाते हैं बाबा, तुम्हें मनाते हैं। आओ आओ गजानन हम तुम्हें बुलाते हैं, आओ आओ गजानन हम तुम्हें बुलाते हैं, आओ आओ गजानन हम तुम्हें बुलाते हैं।
Sound check 1 2.
More players.
जय 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 गणनायका, जय 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 विघ्न विनाशका। जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका
जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका
जय शुभ मंगलदायका विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायका
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 गजवरना गौरी नंदन
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 गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
ओ गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
जय 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 गणनायका विद्या मुक्ति प्रदायका
जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका
जय शुभ मंगलदायका विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायका
जय शुभ मंगलदायका विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायका
गजवरना गौरी नंदन
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 गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
ओ गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन
जय 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 गणनायका जय जय विघ्न विनाशका
मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षेतन्नो श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः श्री गुरुचरण कमले
गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय। श्री हनुमते नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। करचरणं कृतवाक्कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा अपराधं विहितं विहितं मे सर्वमितं क्षमस्व। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। सियावर चंद्र की जय। शरणम। अपने करो हो जाओ। Please stand. So engage in our arti. साजं च वर्ति संयुक्तं वहिनायोजितं मया दीपं गृहाण देवेश त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापः। माता जाकी पार्वती हो माता जाकी पार्वती माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
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 माता जाकी पार्वती हो माता जाकी पार्वती माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी
चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी।
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी
चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी।
माथे पर तिलक सोयो माथे पर तिलक सोहे माथे पर तिलक सोहे मूष की सवारी।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश
सबो
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
मुदाकरादमोदकं सदा विमुक्त साधकं कलाधरावतं सकं विलैशलोकरक्षकं माता जाकी पार्वती ओ माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश
सबो
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
अंधन को आंख दे कुरियन को काया
कुरियन को काया कुरियन को काया।
अंधन को आंख दे कुरियन को काया
कुरियन को काया कुरियन को काया।
भांजन को पुत्र हो भांजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश
सबो
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
अनायकैकनायकं विनाशि वेददायकं नतासुभानुताशकं नमामि तं विनायकं। माता जाकी पार्वती हो माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा,
और चढ़े मेवा, और चढ़े मेवा,
पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा,
और चढ़े मेवा, और चढ़े मेवा।
लदवन को भोग लाग संत कर सेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
न तेतरारि भीकरं न भोरितारबासुरं न मत्सुरा निरञ्जनं न थादिका न पुन्दरं माता जाकी पार्वती माता जाकी पार्वती, माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेव।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
दासनों को लाज राख गौरी पुत्रवारी,
गौरी पुत्रवारी, गौरी पुत्रवारी,
दासनों को लाज राख गौरी पुत्रवारी,
गौरी पुत्रवारी, गौरी पुत्रवारी।
मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो, मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो, मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो शंभु के दुलारी।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
सुरेश्वरम निदेश्वरम गजेश्वरम गणेश्वरम महेश्वरम तमाश्रये परात्परम निरंतरम माता जाकी पार्वती माता जाकी पार्वती, माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा,
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 जय गणेश जय गणेश लंबोदरा,
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 जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा,
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
गणपति बापा लंबोदरा,
गणपति बाबा मोरिया,
गणपति बापा लंबोदरा,
गणपति बाबा लंबोदरा,
गणपति बापा लंबोदरा। बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की
जय।
अपने आसन लीजिए। Comfortably, you please accept your seat. Door it, most has something you can play with one hand. Knock it on the ground right yourself now, man. Right. As you sit comfortably, my dear friends, Priyavar Sajano Bhakta Jano Shrota Gano, Shriman Panditji was here. He's somewhere there. Special blessings to each and every one of you for that exemplary discipline that would have been shown over the past 7 nights. We are at night 8. Almost over, isn't it? Just 2 more nights to go. We find ourselves sitting here at the feet of the Divine Lord yet again, seeking to recognize and realize the supremacy that exists within the beautiful Murti that is before us. And what a great amount of energy and effort and sacrifice that goes in the preparation and the execution of this yajna, this Utsav, or great festivity and celebration of the Divine Lord, who is none other than that Supreme Param Brahman, We ask that, Lord, this day to bless us, take charge of our life, help us to navigate the vicissitudes of this mundane, trivial existence that sometimes has the ability to become overpowering. As we look upon the light that is waving before the Lord, Shubham karotu kalyanam, arogyam sukha sampadam, mama buddhi prakashena, deepa jyotirnamostute. As we bow before that sacred light, may that light illumine the darkest corners of our mind, so that we may be able to see the light in all things that exist in this world, our place in it, and our purpose in it. Gajananam bhutaganadisevitam kapitta jambu palsaravakshatam umasutam shoka vinashakarakam namami vigneshwar padapankajam vakratunda mahakaya suryakoti samaprabha Nirvighanam kuru me deva sarvakaryeshu sarvada ajam nirvikalpam nirakar ekam ninananda anand advaita purnam param nirgunam nirvishesham nireham parabrahmarupam Ganesham bhaje mam ekadantaya vidmahe vakratundaya dhimahi tanno danti prachodaya ekadantaya vidmahe vakratundaya dhimahi ekadantaya vidmahe vakratundaya dhimahi tanno danti prachodayat tanno danti prachodayat tanno danti prachodayat. Bolo Sri Gajanan Swami ki jai. On this beautiful day that is dedicated, of course, to Bhagavan Shiva, we pray and we ask his blessings. He is the Jagat Pita, Jagat Guru. He is the one, of course, who affords in all of this thing that is happening, all that we've learned over the past 7 nights. Bhagavan Shiva is the stability in all of this. From the very beginning, quietly he has to accept the course of action, providing Jai Shiva Shankar, Jai Shiva Shankar, Jai Shankar Bhole. सब देवों में देव निराले हो जय बम बम भोले जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर भोले ओ सब देवों में देव निराल जय बम बम भोले बोलो जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर भोले ओ सब देवों में देव निराल हो जय बम बम भोले महादेव तुमने ही तो सब देवों का संताप हरा। सागर मंथन में निकला विष्णु ने अपने कंठ हरा। महादेव तुमने ही तो सब देवों का संताप हरा। सागर मंथन में निकला विष्णु ने अपने कंठ हरा। इसीलिए हर प्राणी तुझको नीलकंठ बोले हो। सब देवों में देवनी बोलो जय बम बम बोल। जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर बोले।
सब देवों में देव निराली जय बम बम बोले।
तेरे नाम अनेकों बाबा तेरी महिमा न्यारी। तेरे भेद अनोखे सबसे क्या जाने संसारी। तेरे नाम अनेकों बाबा तेरी महिमा न्यारी। तेरे भेद अनोखे सबसे क्या जाने संसारी। तू ही है कैलाशपति तू पर्वत पर बोले हो। सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम बोले। जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर बोले।
सब देवों में देव निराली जय बम बम बोले।
शीश तुम्हारी गंगा में चंद्र शिखर पे सोए। तन पे सर्प विचरते रहते भक्तों के मन मोहे। शीश तुम्हारी गंगा मैया चंद्र शिखर पे सोए। तन पे सर्प विचरते रहते भक्तों के मन मोहे। उसको कैसा कष्ट जगत में नाम तेरा डोले हो। सब देवों में देव निराले बोलो जय बम बम बोले। जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर बोले। सब देवों में देव निराली जय बम बम बोले। जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर बोले। सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम बोले। बोलो जय बम बम बोले। बोलो जय बम बम बोले। उमापति महादेव की जय। That divine Lord, my dear friends, who sits upon Mount Kailash, while all of this is happening, calmly he is residing and not responding. He is allowing things to unfold as they must unfold. All things in this life must unfold in such a manner, else of course what's going to happen? We saw last night that this katha is a very long one, it seems, because it's going and it's going and it's going, and I'm trying to figure out where to stop, but there's no stopping is happening here, and we are running out of nights. So I don't know, what am I going to do? Where are we going to stop? Or we'll have to continue? And then these two boys, I've now seen them, so we got to start over. Got to make a neck 10 to make sure that they make up for all of them miss out. Man called me 2 times to find out they were coming. I tell him, I say, yeah, they come from how to make up a story. One guy, quite young guy, and he called me to find out if these boys and them reach here. Because before he left, he couldn't come. See, look at, is this the interesting thing, huh? When he got the news, now this is his job, and this is his livelihood. The very last Tuesday that we had satsang in Gopie Trace, we had to close for the yagya to happen. He said, boy, I'm going to miss this yagya. I said, what happened? He said, he had to go to work. He's going to miss the entire yagya. He had to spend 6 weeks there. So I said, well, that's your job. You have to go. It's not, you didn't plan this thing. This is how it unfolds, and you don't have a choice. He said, but don't worry. My 2 nephews will be there to give you 100% support. He said, I don't tell them already, so you don't have to worry. I say, okay, well, I'm good to go. I don't have to worry. But they have to work, and they have to watch cricket and all kind of thing. How you going to look? To all those people who didn't want to come last night and they thought that the cricket was more important, I'm sorry to say, y'all should have told me. I tell you, I checked the patra already. I know they would have lost. So you miss out darshan to the feet of Mahaganapati for guaranteed loss. Well, that's okay. I'm happy for the Guyanese team. This is the first time. However, they win, but this is the first time since the CPL. I think they've made it to the finals quite a bit of time. But this is the first time they carried home the trophy. So, how you go look? All should I know if Shah Rukh Khan didn't come, this thing ain't working out. So that's a sign. If he in the Caribbean, well, his action, right? When he didn't come, to all of the TKR fans, itna tu karna Swami. That's life. You have to enjoy this thing. You have to laugh and you have to have fun, and it's a part of life. My guru used to say there's a time and place for everything under the sun. There's a time to play, and there's a time to pray. Jai Ganapati Vandan Gananayak, Jai Ganapati Vandan Gananayak, Jai Ganapati Vandan Gananayak, Jai Ganapati Vandan Gananayak, Jai Ganapati Vandan Gananayak. O teri छवि अति सुंदर सुखदायक, तेरी छवि अति सुंदर सुखदायक, जय
गणपति वंदन गणनायक,
जय
गणपति वंदन गणनायक।
तुझार बुझाधारी मस्तक सिंधूरी रूप निराला, हे मूषक वाहन तेरो तू ही जग का रखवाला। तुझार भुजाधारी मस्तक सिंधूरी रूप निराला, हे मूषक वाहन तेरो तू ही जग का रखवाला। तेरी सुंदर मूरत मन में, ओ तेरी सुंदर मूरत मन में, तू पालक सिद्धि विनायक, जय
गणपति वंदन गणनायक,
जय
गणपति वंदन गणनायक।
मन मंदिर का अंधियारा तेरे नाम सहाय उजियारा, तेरे नाम की ज्योति जली तो मन में बहती सुख धारा। मन मंदिर का अंधियारा तेरे नाम सहाय उजियारा, तेरे नाम की ज्योति जली तो मन में बहती सुख धारा। तेरो सुमिरन हर पूजन में, ओ तेरो सुमिरन हर पूजन में, सबसे पहले फलदायक, जय
गणपति वंदन गणनायक,
ओ जय
गणपति वंदन गणनायक।
तेरे नाम को जिसने ध्याया उस पर रहती सुख छाया। मेरे रोम रोम अंतर में एक तेरा रूप समाया। तेरे नाम को जिसने ध्याया उस पर रहती सुख छाया। मेरे रोम रोम अंतर में एक तेरा रूप समाया। तेरी महिमा तू ही जाने, ओ तेरी महिमा तू ही जाने। शिव पार्वती के बालक गणपति वंदन गणनायक। ओ जय
गणपति वंदन गणनायक।
तेरी छवि अति सुंदर सुखदायक। तेरी छवि अति सुंदर सुखदायक। जय
गणपति वंदन गणनायक।
ओ जय
गणपति वंदन गणनायक।
ओ जय
गणपति वंदन गणनायक।
बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की।
की जय।
The beautiful Lord, my dear friends, how does this Leela unfold? We saw last night. We stopped where Bhagavan Vishnu would have intervened to be able to resolve that calamity that has taken place in the family of Bhagavan Shiva and Devi Parvati. And what happened, my dear friends? Having done so, with the best of intentions, when we do things sometimes, you still get bad name. You must understand this. No matter what you do, expect. And I learned one thing from Swamiji. Say, listen. When you're doing work for the Lord and you're doing work for the Lord genuinely so, if you want to have you should not have an expectation, but if you want to have an expectation, then you must expect to get a good kick at the end of the day. Say, well, Swamiji, what kind of thing is that? You say, yes, listen. No matter what you do, it'll never be enough, especially if it's for human beings. It's either it's not enough or it will never be enough. There's always some expectation that you'll never be able to meet. So don't worry about that. You only focus on what you can do with the time that is given to you and nothing else. And you just do the best that you can. Bhagavan Vishnu, if he thought about some expectation, he would not have gone in search of this. Gaj ke, he would not go. Mastak. He wouldn't go. But he did what he had to do. And as a consequence, he got a lot of licks, as it were. Verbal licks, guys. He was chastised as having been the one who instigated and organized and arranged a corruption that would bring about the destruction of the son of Devi Parvati. However, after some time, she conceded and they would have been able to install the head upon Ganesha. Bringing him from Ganesha to Ganapati, to Gajamukha, to Gaj Anand. That's when the name would have changed. And then, so you have to know, if you're saying Ganesha, you're not talking about elephant face one. Gajamukha, Gaj Anand, those things refer to this particular form. There are different forms, and as you know, if you're following the chart, there's a different form, there's a different name, there's a different color, a different puja that you do. And then, what happened, my dear friends? Having accepted like that, she still had. There's a little bit of doubt. She still wasn't 100% pleased, and that's why we stopped last time. Not being 100% pleased. So Brahma ji, kati पर्यंत यहाँ संपूर्ण विश्व अपने ही कर्म अनुसार भोगों को प्राप्त होता है. We stopped there last night. the Bhagavan Vishnu is trying to make her understand a very, very important point. So this first piece of katha that I'll tell tonight, I want you to pay very special attention to what he's saying. He's telling that in this world, in this cosmos, and in this time that we live in, even Brahma, from Brahma, as high as Brahma, to even as low as the insects, all 84 lakh, 8.4 million, including the Devatas, the Kinnar, Gandharvas, Nagas, all of them, Brahmaji himself, all of them, karma anusar bhogo ko prapt hota hai, will have to face the consequences of their karma. And we are right smack in the middle, right? 8.4 million, we right on top. After we, you'll get all the devas and the higher life form going up like that, right? So we're right there. The lesser life form can say, well, it is in nature for the dog to bite, so he bite you. You didn't wake up in the morning and plan to bite you, right? Only home this Sparky does wait till you take out your boots and then bite you. See, I feel animal not intelligent. Whole day this guy walking all about, doing all kind of work, all kind of thing, right? Sparky walking with them right through and helping him, companion, loyal. As soon as he take out the boots, Sparky gonna bite him in the calves. So I say, listen, you think the dog chop it? Oh, he gonna strain the teeth on the hard rubber boots for you, kind of thing, and make he waiting for you to take out the boots. Animal have intelligence. We think that they don't, but they are sentient beings and they are conscious beings, and we feel that we are the most supreme and we have dominion over all that we survey, and we could cage and eat and cook and do what we want with them. The day one of them bite you, you're vexed. Bring the chemical, we spray them, ants and them, cockroaches and get job. When you killing them all the time, you won't study nothing, you know. The day them decide, listen, enough is enough, man. I'll give you back a bite. Bring the shell talks. And only human beings is operate like that, isn't it? But karma anusar, the law of karma is universal. Nobody escapes. From the devas to even us, even to the lower species, we all have to deal with, according, of course, to actions that are performed. We all will have to deal with the consequences of this thing called karma. आप तो स्वयं ही इस जगत के लिए बुद्धि स्वरूप हो, अतः आप किस तथ्य से अनभिज्ञ है, अर्थात सभी कुछ जानती हैं. So he's telling, knowing or having this knowledge, you yourself buddhi swarupa ho. Mata, you yourself are the very embodiment of knowledge and enlightenment. And if that is the case, if you are the well, see, Devi Mata is now Durga, Lakshmi, Devi Saraswati, isn't it? Goddess of knowledge, isn't it? And if you are the embodiment of knowledge and you know all of these things, then aap kis tatya se, then why are you behaving like this? Why are you behaving like this? Is there anything that you are not aware of? And if you are aware, then why this reaction, as it were? Similar question was put to in Ramcharitramanas when Sumant took Ram to the forest and the horses were crying and didn't want to go back. He was crying and he didn't want to go back. How will I meet Raja Dashrath? What will I tell him? Lakshmana is saying, Kaka, but ain't you know all this thing what happened? Why don't you tell me all of this? Come in and prepare yourself. He says, yes. He says, so what are you crying for? He says, Beta, what I go tell you. The Maya is like that. So the same Maya, with all of the knowledge that we have, when we find ourselves in difficulties and problems, that knowledge is disappear, you know. Everybody forget everything that they know. And you have to deal with the consequences of the Maya and the karma. That is the reality of how this thing goes. So every single entity, every single being, throughout the course of their life, because of the actions that they would perform, would have to deal with the consequent karma that comes. So that even Indra could find himself demoted to the state of an insect, and even अत्यंत तपस्वी पुरुष अपने शुभ कर्मों के कारण इंद्र पद प्राप्त करने लेते हैं. Even a person of divine quality with good karma can find himself elevated to the status of Indra. Raja Dashrath was part owner or half owner of the Singhasan of Indra. Why? Because of his karma. How many times did Indra get sharp and had to descend and had to go through tapasya and lost his Singhasan? How many times Rakshas run up there and beat him up and take away Amravati? So even Indra, because of his karma, can fall. And even you and I, if our karma is good, we can ascend to the highest height. We can also sit upon the Singhasan of Indra. You can become Indra. Okay. Prakriti karma bina. Without this thing called Prakriti karma. See, because of that Prakriti karma, we all have to, whether in, because of the past life ke karma, there are three types of karma, right? Prarabh, Sanchitana, Agami. Because of that Prakriti or Prarabh, that past karma, whatever is happening to us in this life, why is he telling all of these things? Because he is trying to explain to her why Ganesha has to lose this head and why he has to get the head of this particular elephant. Because he was telling this thing was preordained. That's when he took the head of the elephant, he was telling this thing was preordained from many lifetimes ago. Therefore, this thing has to unfold like this. There's no other way for it to unfold. If we, now, remember, I'm telling you that this year, this is the first katha that I'm giving. So you'll hear these things for the first time. What you are accustomed hearing is Lord Shiva cut off the head of Ganesha. They had some quarrel. He wanted to go in the cave and all of those things, right? But please understand, in that katha, the head of Ganesha represented something called ego. Bhagavan Shiva, the cave, the gufa, the cave, is this physical body. And in the inner sanctum of that cave, in your heart, in your chit, Bhagavan Shiva wants to reside. He wants to come home because that is where he belongs. But because of our abhiman, because of our pride, because of our ego, we put our bodyguard by the door and we tell him he can't come. So in order for Bhagavan to take up residence, the first thing you must do is in order to achieve God, in order to have God in your life, the first thing you have to get rid of is E-G-O. The bigger the E-G-O, the less room it have for any God. Edges God out. E-G-O. The bigger the ego, the more it pushes God, the more it edges him, push him out. Therefore, that head is severed. The spiritual, psychological, philosophical explanation is to understand that you have the greatest hindrance that each and every one of us will have to face. When we offer the coconut to the Divine Lord, when you peel away the koshas, the different layers, the skin, the fiber, the hard shell, the jelly in order to get and then the water, and then inside of that water there's something growing inside. They call what is it called? No, they're not bread. The scientific name for it is called the endosperm. That is where the sustenance of life is, right? That is called coconut bread, right? But that is the life. Coconut is the only plant, when it will grow, it will have no roots, and that will sustain life for a couple of years. But to reach to that, you have to pass through many layers. And the hardest layer that you have to pass through, with all the technology you have, a squirrel could beat you faster than you will. That hard shell represents the ego. If you watch the squirrel good, determination, persistence, and the tenacity, and he will get inside there, whether it's green or it's dry. And when it falls and you're looking for coconut, you're gonna empty shell. But that hard shell that we crack there is the severing of the ego, destroying the ego. It is only when there is no ego, only then God's presence is there. Bolo Sri Satyanarayan Swami Ki Jai, the Lord of Truth, my dear friends. He's expounding that truth. Girijanandani, the creator, Bhagavan Sri Krishna Brahma ke bhi vidhata hai. That Param Dham Goloknath Bhagavan Sri Krishna, He is the creator of this Brahma. Kal ke Kal is the creator of time, or he is what makes time, the time and time. What makes Brahma Brahma? Bhagavan Krishna ke Shakti. Without that, there is nothing, just a shell. So he is the creative construct in Brahma. He is the element of time itself. Nishkarta. He is the Nishik. He is the nectar. Of all nectars, he is the supreme nectar. Karma pal ke pradhan. He is the dispensator of karma. Bhagavan Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that listen, you only have control over one thing in this life. What is that? The action that you're going to perform in the very next moment. When you perform that action, that's the end of it. The responding consequences of that action is beyond your ability. You have no control over that. He is karma paldata. He will give you the fruits of that karma. As long as it is performed, it becomes past. You can't do anything about it anymore. You can't undo it. You have to deal with that consequences. In this life, my dear friends, that supreme Param Brahman, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is looking upon us, who is the very embodiment of Ganesha. He is that Ganesha sitting there. And he is going to give us the pal or the fruit of our karmas as we sit here and as we pray. Kanhare Kanha मोरे कान्हा मन में लगनिया लगाई के मुरली सुनाई के कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ हो कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ अरे मन में लगनिया लगाई के मुरली सुनाई के कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ हो कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ मन में लगनिया लगाई के मुरली सुनाई के कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ हो कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ कान्हा रे कान्हा मोरे कान्हा मोरे कान्हा मोरे कान्हा मन में लगनिया लगाई के मुरली सुनाई के कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ ओ कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ सुनावे जिसको दुखावे दिल के डगरिया हमारे हो दिल के डगरिया हमारे दुनिया के ताने तो भी न माने काहे को दीने विसार हो काहे को दीने विसार मन की तपनिया बुझाई के दर्शन दिखाई के अब ही न हमको सता ओ कान्हा हो कान्हा रे कान्हा मोरे कान्हा मोरे कान्हा मन में लगनिया लगाई के मुरली सुनाई के कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ ओ कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ गोकुल के चन्ना नटवर नंदा काहे सुनो ना पुकार हो काहे सुनो ना पुकार हमको जहाँ रे तीरथ हसारे पहे के द्वार हो पहे है द्वार नदिया से हमके जगाई के रहिया बताई के मोहिनी सुरतिया दिखा ओ कान्हा चुपे हो कहाँ कान्हा रे कान्हा ओरे कान्हा ओरे कान्हा मन में लगनिया लगाई के मुरली सुनाई के कान्हा
कहाँ, ओ कान्हा छुपे हो कहाँ।
कान्हा Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. The Supreme Lord, who is that eternal witness looking at us at all times. Bhagavan Vishnu is giving all of these spiritual injunctions. He's giving this high philosophy that, listen, no matter what you do, no matter who you are, you can't escape your karma. Unlike that, my dear friends, Devi Parvati, slowly she is recognizing that supreme, because see, you can't deny it, huh? When you stand face to face with the truth, what are you going to say? When you stand by Jamraj and you pull out the transcript, and he said, listen, who is that fella in that? Die you or die not you? Only in this world we could say it wasn't me, I wasn't in that room, that is a fake video or something like that. When Jamraj said, who is that? Chitragupta, who is them fellas? What will you say? They can't say anything. So Devi Parvati, faced with the truth, is accepting. And while that is happening, my dear friends, Bechare, that most unfortunate, pitiful, sorrowful, Shanidev, Abhi usi prakar, Nicha mukh kya khare the. He's standing there in the middle of all of this thing that is happening. And he's standing there because he's thinking that I am responsible for all of this thing. Huh? All of this unnecessary stress is because of me. संकोच के कारण न तो जा सके और न उत्सव में ही भाग ले सके. Had it not been for me, all of this thing would not have been possible. But had it not been for him, we would not have learned all of this katha, isn't it? So everything is happening for a reason. And like that, तभी पार्वती जी के दृष्टि शनिदेव पर भरी तो उन्होंने क्रोध हो आया. When we thought that all is going to be well and she's going to be happy and everything is going to go back to normal, she sees him there and she becomes angry. Some people just don't know when to let go. Human beings are like that also. Huh? If I ask them to sit down and think about Bhagwan here, now we have to do a little puja. After 30 seconds, they forget about God. Here are hot, this are hot, it's spinning all about all kind of thing. They can't focus for more than a good 2 minutes. Let's do some, if I tell everybody now, listen, see, no more singing tonight. We're going to do some japa for the next 2 hours. Sit comfortably, spine erect, and you sit like this here, no moving. Bring the mind and thought, and we're going to just japi Sri Ganesh. We're going to focus on Lord Ganesh and do some meditation. As we close, I said do some meditation. I'll give you 5 minutes and you'll hear somebody snoring. If it takes so long. Quickly like that. Why? Because everybody like entertainment, isn't it? That's what keeps the thing going. Without entertainment, you're gonna, how more people really gonna watch cricket? Why think they want to go all of these different kind of, they are, no, well, this is a Trini Posse and all kind of thing as well. I'm thinking is what? Like football or like cricket? I ain't sure. Like cricket, right? You know why? Half of them, they know who batting, they know what's going on, and they're having a good time. The entertainment more important than the game. That's the reality, isn't it? So that's how life is. What? If you ask somebody to hold on to the Lord for a long time, they can't. But to hold people in mind, ooh, I tell you, you know how easy that thing gets? Till you're dead, they will keep you in mind, you know. Ooh, it's either you dead or them dead, but they're going on with their boots on. High fire so down by Mosquito Creek and they still bad talking you. Yeah? True or not true? Me going in a funeral here and so, and they caught in a whole set of thing what happened how much years before. People like that, bad mind they have for sure, you know. Good resolve, but only for negative purposes. If you are not happy, then okay, move on. That's fine. Nothing is wrong with that. Everybody free to move on. Live your own life, be happy. However, why you are toting all this? When that young people say they only toting? Okay. Yes. And that true or not true? And that the word? Tell me, no. These young people I must keep in track and make sure I have the correct phrases and I'm looking for opportunity to use the word gelin, but I ain't get it yet. That Parvati was telling Lord Vishnu, is if you gelin over Ganesh. That's why you bring this Shani Devi at the Kototi head. Huh? All of these new phrases, there's a different English we're learning now, so we have to keep up with the time, otherwise we're in trouble, we'll get left behind. So, that we have resolve, only we use it for the wrong things, and we do the wrong things. And then when we ourselves become miserable and our life is plagued with all this being miserable, who do we blame for it? If we keep blaming other people only, we still wouldn't look in the mirror and say, that is the cause of my problem. Now, if you want to know the cause of all of your problems, you just go and stand up by the mirror. You go see somebody go come there, that's the person. If you want to quarrel and thing, quarrel with that person. I can guarantee you. Almost 100% of your problems is because of that person. You're just not ready to see it yet. But one day to come, Bhagwan go put a mirror and he goes, tell me if he know what he's talking about too. She becomes angry after having gotten her son returned to her and should being happy and celebrating and move on with your life. You see Shani Dev, you're vexed with he now. Why? So Shani Dev ko lajja ki sikh खुरे हुए देखकर क्रोधित हुआ पार्वती उन्होंने श्राप दिया. So you see, instead of moving on and being happy with your life, oh you really come my son, I could do for you. You know, people still operate like that. It is you separated and going on and you still want to do for people. You one foot in the grave, the next one going on, you have a blade of grass to hold on with, but you still want to do for people. And I like that, eh? When this God and walking and hearing your prayers, you're looking for a next God. And you're looking for some other kind of God, we're going to say, see here, do for me, carry a piece of clothes or some kind of this and that, and I'm going to fix him up for me. He had a drag and suffer. Why we negative? People negative like this, why? If that is the nature of your life, you really think you're going to have a day peace in your life? You'll never have peace. You will end up in pieces. And you'll go down the road and you'll suffer. Why? Because that's how you are. If you can't change the state of your mind, then you will always be like that. Devi, this is lesson in here. Devi Parvati is telling, she should have been happy with what she had. But you want to give here a shrap now on top of all of that. And here the kind of shrap, eh? Sabha ke madhya mein angaheen ho ja. You in the middle, shame call my name, you in the middle, sabha ke madhya mein. You in the middle. Angabang, you know what is angabang? You'll be dismembered. Bodiless. You're going to have to float around here. Nobody to operate it. Flesh that to melt off your bone, that's what they call angabang, Yeah? You know, when Thanos snappy fingers, so how the people operate? Already see that? I sure all already see that here, right? All people just start to kind of, the body just start to kind of disappear like so. They call it angabang. That's what I mean here. Angaheen. To become bodiless. Where do you think you get our powers from? All those universal powers and things, where do you think they're talking about them? Did they find that in we scriptures only? In the no other religion could tell you about them kind of thing? Half of the movies they make it now is based on Hindu theology and philosophy. Don't get that. No matter how much they don't like we, and how much they are bad talking, and how much they want to condemn and criticize and convert, but they're hopeless now. They're looking for ideas and things to have all this creativity coming from we only. And the actors and everything, they're smart. When they don't make the movie, they realize, hey, you see this thing here, the only time I believe is nothing. Let me go where the source is and see if I could find some spirituality there. Check it out good and you go see if you believe. That is the reality. After they don't make the movie, their consciousness open and say, boy, there's something more in this life. Let's go find it. So they're going up in India and all of the ashrams and they're looking for all of these swamis to help give them some kind of guidance because there's something missing in their life. With all of the material resources you could possibly think about. Money they can't done spend. Some of them spend, I don't know how they spend that, Millions and billions they spend on, what you could possibly spend that on? 50 generations after you shouldn't have to walk a day in their life with that kind of money. They blow that, They think it easy. And when they're done now and realize that there's a void of emptiness, they're going to look for it. Because they know, the world knows, That's why it's called Sanatan Dharma. Eternal, everlasting. Generations will come and go, but it will remain eternal. And when she pronounced this curse upon him, my dear friends, पार्वती के द्वारा सूर्य पुरुषनी के इस प्रकार शाप दिए जाने पर भगवान सूर्यदेव कुपित हो गया और लाल नेत्रे देखने भोले. Well, you can't do that and feel you get away just so. You want to attack my son and I stand up right here? That can't work. Suryadev, who is the father of Shani, he also in the Utsav. You give my son sharp like that, Angahin, he becomes angry, his eyes become no. So anybody say anything about your children, and always behave the same way? How many videos all I see parents going to school and beating up children and all kind of thing? Why? They're defending the children. If they put some licks on the children home, they might not find themselves in that kind of problem in school. But they're going to beat up other people's children. But that's it. Well, everybody's son is a good boy. You ever hear anybody say this son bad yet? Tell me. All of them. Every single day, 5, 6, 7 of them. Shoot, this one there, the next one there, all kind of thing. And everybody, oh, my son was a good boy, I don't know. But parents will defend their children, of course, but it leaves you to wonder. If everybody's son is a good boy, then somebody from Mars must be coming here and killing people, I don't know. It has to be an alien. It can't be anybody, no, certainly not from Trinidad, because everybody in Trinidad is 100% good people, nobody will do nothing wrong in Trinidad. Yes, only devotees living here. You tell me. I don't know if I'll be hearing the same news you hearing, but that's how it sounds. उपस्थित सज्जन देख ले गिरिजे मेरे पुत्र के व्यर्थ ही शाप दिया है. So Surya Dev he gets a few people involved in this thing now. He say, oh, all you listen carefully, I want all you to bear witness here. You see what she do? My son innocent. He didn't do anything wrong. Why she must give him a shrap like that? उस बेचारा की किच्छित मात में दोष नहीं था. It's not his fault. Unfortunately, the man have a shrap. We can't do nothing about that. That's just his circumstances. Why you must give him such a harsh punishment? गिरिजा की अनुज्ञा प्राप्त होने पर कि उसने बालक को केवल झलक ही देखी. It is only upon her insistence that he was the child. He didn't want to watch the child. He was saying, look at my position. Anarth will happen if I watch this child. She said, no, and I tell you, no, nothing can happen. You watch, man. Don't worry. And he nearly almost didn't watch. Imagine if he watched with the whole eye, what would happen? Yeah. You force him to watch. And when you find yourself in this problem now, you want to turn around and give him shrap. What kind of thing is that? Or tell me if that's fair. Or tell me. But he's looking for back. Hold me back. Don't hold me back. Don't hold me back. He's looking for support and back up there now. Like that. You know some people like that, right? They run in behind everybody else, but they're saying, don't hold me back, right? They're more frightened than anything else. So he's telling, is it fair? And worse yet, now that your son has been restored, life is returned to him, and everybody is happy. What is the point cursing him now? What is the point? If, and in your real life, of course, if for whatever reason you cannot agree with people or work or whatever the case is, and you have to separate and go your own way, then okay, move on now, man. Why you toting and why you holding, why this negativity? Of what value is it then? What good will come of it other than more pain and suffering? Just remember when you're digging a hole for somebody, when you finish digging the hole, where you just there? You done inside the hole, they just had to cover you inside and leave you, right? People don't understand that. In order for you to dig a hole for somebody, you have to be in the bottom of the hole first. That's the reality. So you'll suffer more than anybody else. But we don't want to see that. We are blinded by the negativities. Kam, Krodh, Mad, Lobh, Moha, Ankar, Trishna. We are blinded by these things. Therefore, we will be affected and will suffer the most. What is the point? Why would you want to do that? Be happy and move on. Kror ke karan, unke netra lalar. Well, the more he's talking about it now, the more fueling, more angry he's becoming. He's Surya Narayan Swami. Arose from his pure fire. You see how the heat was the last couple of weeks? You can imagine if you get a little closer. Ask if you want to know what that is feel like, you go check out and have a fella they call Sampati. Ask him what has happened when you do go too close to the sun. If had a born out, it never grow back for thousands of years, you know. If he didn't help Hanuman and them, poor fella. He might have still be there in a little hole. That is what happens. So he becomes very, very angry. So tabhi waha punah bole. Another person who is with him in support, he say, listen, इस शाप की प्रमुख अपराधिनी गिरिजा और दूसरे अपराधी विष्णु है. He said, hey, listen, man. All you get this thing wrong. The first person who is at fault is Parvati, and the second person well is Vishnu. Well, again, he shall follow. Look how they tag team. They want to take advantage of him now. Them, poor Bhagwan Vishnu. I tell you all, when everybody's crying, he went to look for a solution. He brought the solution. Everybody's happy. Now he can blame again. Anything he do, poor fella, he can blame. All the time like that. See, tell me, how is that right? Both of them are equally guilty. You know what? हम इन दोनों ही आज ऐसा शाप देंगे कि यहां जीवन भर अपने सफलता कर्म फल रूप का स्मरण रखा. We go give two of them a cost now. As long as they live, they go remember what they do. Now, see, I don't know about all you. When Devta square off against Devta, you know what the consequences of that could be? I told you all in the beginning, you didn't believe me, right? Weekends like these, people who not, if they're not inclined to this, right? You ask this boy, go tell you. I sure he see it firsthand already. The thing that start off good, you know. Family just come. Everything start off good. They walk with a few buttocks. And then that will go down dry just so you have to get a little forest park to go with it. And the thing that start off real good. And when the tongue loosen up a little bit, what in the mind and the heart does come out. And after, yes, how to get the chaser to go with it. As a result of that, what happens? In the midst of all of the festivities and the celebration and having a good time, they end up where? Accident and emergency, right? Ambulance had to pick them up. I remember that happened in Daybase somewhere right up there a couple of years ago, you know. Everybody, I don't know if it's Father's Day, some kind of, it was one of those kind of days. The things start up good. After they done, fix up and they have a good time. 8 o'clock in the night, ambulance pick them up, you know. Father and son. Yeah? So you see, the same thing is happening here. Because consciousness, we lose our consciousness. We have lost sight of what is really important. So Yakakar, when Brahmaji saw what was about to take place, quickly he stepped into action. Seeing this, तो देखकर ब्रह्मा जी और उन्होंने उन सबको इस प्रकार समझाया. He tried to bring some civility back and tried to bring some semblance of peace. To try to intervene. शांत किए. Please, everybody, relax a little. Calm down a little bit. Think carefully before you do what you have to do. जो कुछ होने वाला था वहां हो चुका. Whatever has happened, it don't happen already. Whatever's supposed to happen, don't happen already. You can't do nothing about that. Think the situation don't take place. Okay, well it done. What are you going to do? You can't undo it. It's already happened. Therefore, अब आगे किसी की भी दूसरा शाप को आदान प्रदान होने के हम सभी की हानि है. If you all continue in this manner and you fight in this one and you fight in that one, who going to suffer at the end of the day? People don't realize that. When elephant fighting, who does suffer? When elephant fighting, all the grass is dead. They will mash down everything. In Trinidad, what did they say? Cockroach have no place in. Somebody go get some extra parsa. You know what I mean? When the chicken fighting, the cockroach go get wipe out. When the elephant fighting, the grass dies. When Deota fighting Deota here and we each destroy each other, what's going to happen? दुष्टि कर्म असुर आदि अधिक प्रबल. We will become weak. We will destroy ourselves, and all of the evil-minded entities like all of these rakshas will get an opportunity to overpower us. Families become destroyed forever like that. And we don't see it. Together we stand. United we fall. Communities break up like that. Why? Because they have lost sight of the Supreme Lord. Why one set of group of people was vexed and then the same God we pray to? Everybody's supposed to come together. This is called Utsav. Utsav means celebration and festivities. Everybody has a place in the house of the Lord. Nobody should stay away. Why would you want to stay away and deny yourself the blessings of touching the feet of the Lord? Hinduism is about building bridges and bringing people together, not creating rivers, my dear friends. Our dharma is about unity always, not the other way around. Here, Swarga is on the verge of, it's in Kailash, but the entire host of devas are on the verge of calamity. Brahmaji is telling, please use Ateva Viveka se kam lene. Use your discrimination. Use your power of thinking. Use your intelligence. Do not lose it. If you don't use it, you will lose it. Use your intelligence. Make a wise decision, because the consequence is going to be very severe. Very, very severe. Gananayak Vardata Ganapati Ganaraja Tere naam ko dhyaye Pratham Vanata. This is our dharma we are talking about. Yehi dharma bataya hai, yehi niyam bataya hai. Pehla hi sumiran ka adhikar bataya hai. Jo pratham puja ka vardhan bataya hai. Jo sakal srishti ko वही उधर समाया है हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना ओ गणपति देवा शरण तेरा हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना सृष्टि में तो शुभ था लाए सबका विघ्न तो नाश कराए विघ्नों को तो हरने वाले नाथ जी सृष्टि में तो शुभ था लाए सबका विघ्न तो नाश कराए विघ्नों को तो हरने वाले नाथ जी गज सिर को धारा है एक दंत कहाया है माँ पार्वती दुर्गा शंकर को प्यारा है हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना ओ गणपति देवा शरण तेरा ओ मंगल मूर्ति गजानना बुद्धि ज्ञान को शिरोमणि हो गणनायक तिरलोक धनी हो तीन लोक में तेरे जय जयकार हो बुद्धि ज्ञान को शिरोमणि हो गणनायक तिरलोक धनी हो तीन लोक में तेरे जय जयकार हो रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता है सब सुख का धाम है रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता है सब सुख के साधन है ओ गणपति देवा शरण तेरा ओ मंगल मूर्ति गजानना हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, ओ मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। वक्रतुंड शिशुशुंड सुहावन तिलक त्रिपुंड तु भाल मन भावन मनमोहन छवि तु मन नाथ जे। वक्रतुंड शिशुशुंड सुहावन तिलक त्रिपुंड तु भाल मन भावन छवि तुम्हारो मनमोहन गणनाथ जे। तुम अष्ट विनायक हो, तुम हे शुभदायक हो, गिरिजा के दुलारे हो, तुम चंद सहायक हो। ओ गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। ए गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, ओ मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। यही धर्म बताया है, यही नियम बताया है, पहलाए सुमिरन का अधिकार बताया है। जो प्रथम पूजा का वरदान बताया है, जो सकल सृष्टि को वही उदर समाया है। हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। The divine Lord is looking on at what is happening around him. Brahmaji is trying to resolve this matter by bringing some form of intelligence, serenity back into the situation. And while this is happening here, and while they are angry there, and while they are making preparations to perform to give श्राप, उधर से विष्णु और पार्वती भी उन्होंने श्राप देने के अध्य हो रहे हैं. Them are waiting. You want to give a sharp? And them done, arrow done, saddle up on them, ready to move, you know. Don't feel we go stand up just on you go do it. And see, people don't realize that when you want to attack other people, just remember, make sure you could defend yourself. Make sure you could defend yourself and defend yourself well. Because it has something in Trinidad called man beta man. All ever heard the old people used to say that. Yeah. Yeah. Make sure. Because when Hari bol, make sure you could bat. Yes. Make sure you could defend well, because a lot of people feel they could do things silently and nobody's aware of it. And you will attack people and attack people and attack people. One day, they go get fed up here. And then what will you do then? You know what's happened? You know what's the interesting thing? There are people like this who will consistently take advantage of other people, and they will inveigle them, and they will do them all sorts of wrong things. And the moment that person decides that, listen, enough is enough, all of a sudden they start to cry, oh, you know, look what you do, man, and this, and that. You start to pretend like you are some big victim, right? That's called victimology. All the time when you're doing all sorts of wrong thing, and so God is asleep then. God don't sleep, you know. He knows all what you're doing. And if you want to pretend to be victim, then go on and achieve it. That's the boomerang effect. What goes around comes around. That's why the world is wrong. Yeah? Yeah. Bhagavan Vishnu and Devi Parvati isn't waiting, you know. Oh, so you want to give shrap? Well, the way I feel, my mouth scotch tape or something. I can't say, I can't call student. When you see they say shrap here, and they're talking about curse, where feel they talking? Well, you know, I'm going to give you shrap, huh? Not like that, you know. Venom fire, no, like that now. See, no. Brahmaji recognizing that this thing is going to spill over. It's like this volcano waiting to erupt. So he steps in again and he says, hey, listen, Bhagavan. Bhagavan Sri Hari, Bhagavan Vishnu. आप सभी के ईश्वर ज्ञान और बुद्धि के प्रेरक. You are most intelligent, you are most wise. Kal hi all powerful, beyond all time. आपका क्रोध समस्त त्रिलोक का भस्म करने. Your anger could destroy the three worlds. This should not be. यहां समस्त विश्व अपने ही उत्पन्न किया है, तो अब अपने की शाप से नष्ट नहीं होता है. You are part of the creation of this world, the maintainer and the sustainer. You are the sustainer. Why would you want to give sharp to destroy it? You'll be going against your nature. You're going against what you stand for. और देवी, आप भगवान शंकर की अर्धांगिनी है. You are the better half of Lord Shiva. The best part of little Lord Shiva, you are. तो मेरी बात ध्यान के. Please listen to my words. इस जगत के नष्ट होने से बचाइए. परमेश्वरी, प्लीज हेल्प सेव दिस वर्ल्ड फ्रॉम डिस्ट्रक्शन. अन्यथा घोर विनाश उपस्थित हो सकता है. ग्रेव annihilation will take place. Grave destruction will take place. शांत हो जाए. ब्रह्मा जी ने इस प्रकार से कोमल एवं वचन सुनकर, listening to those that fervent prayer, that divine call, Maharishi Kashyap बोले, पितामह, यह बेचारा शनैश्चर को पत्नी के श्राप से दृष्टि दोषी है. This Shani Dev, this bechara, this poor fella, his wife done licky up already. He done suffering because of his wife already. All he didn't know that that's how karma does work, right? Listen, when you see a signed up paper, I don't know if they tell you how this thing does work, eh? But when you see a signed up paper, that is that free certificate in your life, most important, eh? Forget about all the rest. That makes no sense. They ain't bound to help you. But you see a birth certificate, your marriage certificate, and your death certificate. That is the three most important certificates that you must know about. The first one, that done gone already. You don't have to worry about that. The second one, it come in eventually. The third one, it come in eventually. But you see the second one could make the third one come faster. See, like that now, you must have to think about this thing carefully. This poor fella, your wife don't give his sharp and lick he up already. Mata ne इससे दृष्टि दोष जाने, and he did not hide it from her. She knew that he had sharp. She knew that despite knowing that he had an eye impairment. How is the word name again? Kanya, you know Kanya? Yeah. Kanyai. Kanya for Kanyai. She knew that he had an eye impairment. She knew the consequences because he explained everything to her. And yet still, she insisted that he saw the child. So when he looked at the child, how you come and blaming he now? You can't blame him, it's not his fault. He did not try to fool her, he told her the truth. Therefore, Surya Bhole now, Sunarayan Swami, Farah step in again. मेरे पुत्र ने धर्म की साक्षी बनाकर, as dharma as the witness, what Kashyap Muni saying is true. Mata se agya le only. She instructed him to look at the child. So why is this innocent? Why the innocent is being there? So फिर उस अपनी अपराध को अंग भंग होने का शाप है. Ang bhang mean dismemberment. Why he must suffer such a terrible curse? For something that's not his fault. Isliye. So, it could mean so, however, it has a few different meanings depending on the context. So, this context it means so. So in Hindi means so also. So. Yeah? अंग भंग को रोका जाने पर ही शांति संभव है. If she don't reverse that curse, you ain't gonna have no peace here today. All you better pick which side all you on. We Katha saying, I didn't say that. All the Katha done last night. The thing now start with the only warming up for the past few days. See now what is happening there? To Jamraj bole. So he get involved now. Well, you know, he is all lot of death, so you have to be careful when he get involved. Girja Nandani ne swam he dekhne ki aagya de. So he takes the side of Suryanarayan Swami and Shanidev. She didn't know. She didn't know all the time. She's the cause. And because of that, jab balak ka ang bhang hone ke paschat, why you want to give such severe curse? So Brahmaji realized, well, no matter how you try, the thing instead of thing shanti in, the thing like it, the fire blazing a little more. Boy. So Brahmaji bole, aap log shant ho jaye. The speaker on his feet now. Hello. Calm now. Cool is sir. शांत हो जाए. मेरे शीघ्र ही वहां यत्न करना हूं. Quickly, in no time, in a short time, I will find a solution to this thing. I will find the solution to this. Devi Parvati only give him a little shraddha. She mean no ill intention. So don't take it to be some ill intention. She's just being playful. So he's trying to pacify and make sure everybody is calm. Kintu, you must also know that sajjano dhwara to bare se bare apradhi bhi kshama kar diya jate hai. In society, some of the biggest sinners, good people is forgive them too. No matter what they do. You know the man thief your gas tank. All right, Hari. And the speaker box lost. All right, Hari. The Ganesh Bhagwan for long. All right, Hari, we got next nice one. So, but we let go and we let God. And you allow peace to continue and you forget about those things. And these are just minor things. But even severe, why do you think they have jury and they just have all this kind of witness statement and all kind of thing? Because even in severe cases, compassion is there and forgiveness is there. So if that is the normal thing, bare sajjano hai, it meaning, bare sajjano means people with a big heart. People who are kind and compassionate. They will forgive even the biggest sinners. Like that. So he says, listen. Graheshwar, tum turant hi Devi Parvati ke sharan mein chale. Come with me. Let me go by Devi Mata here. We go fix this Mata here quickly. चतुरानन के आदेश मानकर शनि अनेक साथ माता के आश्चर्य में पहुंच और तब ब्रह्मा जी के पार्वती जी से निवेदन किया. Both of them, remember they in the audience, right? So they came up to the Divine Mother and they bow, मां अपने अपने पुत्र के दर्शन की आज्ञा दें. Please give darshan to your children, O मां. शांति के क्या दोष था? Shani का क्या? Not Shanti, Shani. What is his fault, ma? What did he do wrong? He didn't do anything that he wasn't supposed to do. What did he do wrong? Oh, ma. माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी. माँ तेरी ममता, the love of a mother, कितनी प्यारी. कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ. तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ. तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है. श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती, श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती, भग भग प्राण बचाती है माँ. इतना प्यार जगाती है माँ. तेरी ममता
इतनी प्यारे, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है।
ऋषियों की रिद्धि सिद्धि, तू ब्रह्मा की भक्ति माँ, तू विष्णु की माया देवी, तू शंकर की शक्ति माँ, तू ऋषियों की
रिद्धि सिद्धि, तू ब्रह्मा की भक्ति माँ, तू विष्णु की माया देवी, तू शंकर की शक्ति माँ।
तू हाथों से
भाग जगा दे, भागी भागी आती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है।
काली महाकाली दुर्गा, तू ही भवानी माँ, तू पुराण का तार शारदा, तू वेदों की वाणी माँ, तू
काली महाकाली दुर्गा, तू है भाल भवानी माँ, तू पुराण का तार शारदा, तू वेदों की वाणी है।
तू बालक को
और मिले कर जीवन गीत सुनाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ, तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है ओ माँ, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है।
बोलो श्री जगत जननी माता की
की जय।
So they are praying, my dear friends. Ma, please reverse this curse. Please release him from this burden. Shab de dala. Please. And they're praying and they're begging. पार्वती जी ने ब्रह्मा जी के बात पर कुछ देर विचार किया. And while they are praying and they are begging of that mother and beseeching to have mercy, O Ma, she's thinking. For a while she's thinking. और बोले, पितामह, मेरे श्राप अमोघ है. There's something called amog ban. You know the amog ban? One person had that amog ban. What was his name? Dev. How much all you went and see the Adipurush? See, one thing you all don't know about me, right? Members of my group have to be on their toes all the time. You know, when I see I ask some question, they fast. They need to be clicking like that. You know. There's an individual by the name of who? No, come on, man. Indrajit Meghnath. He had Amog Ban. Amog meaning infallible. Once released, it will hit its target. No escape there. So even Hanuman had no choice. He had to surrender and say, oh, Brahmaji, if I don't accept this thing, they will say your blessing, they are no worth. Lakshmana also, Vibhishan also almost get away. Bhagavan had to say, that amog. So what does that mean? When I give a shrap, amog hai. It is infallible. It will have to take effect. It have no undoing. There's no way to undo this thing. उसका व्यर्थ होना किसी भी प्रकार संभव नहीं है. There is no way that it can be undone. It cannot be reversed. तो ब्रह्मा जी बोले, गिरिजानंदनी, इसका कुछ उपाय तो करना ही होगा. There must be a way, O Ma. You are the universal mother. There must be a way. अन्यथा सूर्य, कश्यप, धर्म आदि देवताओं को खोप से तीनों ही लोग भस्म हो जाएंगे. If we do not find a way to nullify the effects of this shraap, then this entire lok is going to be destroyed, because these devatas and them ain't giving up so easy today. They're not submitting. So we have to find a way. So Parvati bole, Chaturanand, see what her mother is, huh? You don't understand. मैं श्राप दे सकती हूं, तो वर भी दे सकती है. I can give shrap, but I can also give boons as well. I can also, while I give curse, I can also give blessings. इस और इनके पक्ष के सभी देवताओं को मैं वरदान से संतुष्ट कर दूंगी. Bring all them devatas and them who are grieved right now. Give them a little blessing and thing, and I'll fix them up. Bring them all. We'll sort this out. सभी देवताओं को वरदान दे. I will give वरदान. I'll give. ब्रह्मा जी, आपने सभी को यहाँ बुला लीजिए. All the devatas who were aggrieved, he called all of them. तो सूर्य आदि सभी वहाँ बुला लिए गए. They all came before the divine mother. And when they came before her, तो उन्होंने आकर जगत जननी के चरणों में प्रणाम किया और जय जयकार बोलो श्री जगत जननी दुर्गा देवी माता की. अरे परमेश्वरी कृपा करो. Exactly as I'm saying is exactly what took place, right? In that loud voice, have mercy, O माँ, कृपा करो, रक्षा करो. इर निर्दोष शनेश्वर के अपनी अनुग्रह मस्तक दृष्टि से निरानिए. Please look upon this innocent child with your gracious eyes, O Ma. Have mercy upon him. And they're praying in that huge voice. Listening like that, Devi Parvati responds. Feeling happy and pleased in the manner in which they praised her, she responds, He Shani, tum Bhagavan Sri Hari ke priya. You are the beloved of Bhagavan Sri Hari. मेरे वरदान से ग्रहों के राजा होगे. I'll give you a blessing today that you will be known as ग्रह के राजा. King of all the grahas is Shanidev, most superior of all grahas. Yogiyo में परम योगी रूप योगेंद्र. You are the most supreme yogi among yogis. You will be known as Yogendra. There will be nobody who will be able to perform yoga, tapasya, like you. और चिरंजीव बनोगे. Chiranjeev meaning you live for very, very, very long. And that very long we're talking about is hundreds of thousands of years. Not like we and we live 100 years and we live in now. Hundreds of thousands. You live for an extremely long time. Like how Jamawant was able to live through the entire time of Bhagavan Ram, the whole of Dwapar Yuga, and had to meet Bhagavan Krishna in the end again. We'll hear that katha on Wednesday night. For those of you don't want to miss that one. If you miss any other night, make sure anybody who from the first night who came, make sure they come Wednesday night, because that's the night we're going to be doing Shyamantak Mani, Kalankik Chand. So if they receive in their sleep self, better they come to hear the katha thing and they will get a release from that curse. So make sure temple must be full. We have to put some tent all in the road and thing. The whole village had to come, because everybody always has something to say about someone and study blaming somebody. Better you bring the whole opposition party and all to them, study gain blame every day. Them need to hear this katha story. I don't know how much time they want to see this moon by. 8 years now they see the moon story only gain blame it. I don't know. But that song, now that we're thinking about it, and I didn't prepare that, but it just come to my mind. Must be, I'm not sure. We got to do a special puja for them. Yeah, see, listen. So she's telling, Chaturanand, you live very, very long. Hari Bhakt ka Vipin kya kar sak? Who? Who can cause harm? Who can bring about any calamity? The one who is a devotee of Sri Hari. Nobody can. So that's why I tell you, people who want to do you harm, as long as you are a devotee of the Lord, a genuine one of that, who could do anything? Now, don't take that to mean that you won't have no pain, and you won't have to go through no suffering. And people feel, well, holy boy, Katha say, who could do harm? But look, I see in trouble, so he know what he's saying. Look, and Shani see in trouble. He is a Param Bhakt of Sri Hari. So don't feel because you're a devotee of the Lord that you'll get away, you go see more trouble. But that because Bhagwan want to walk out them karma fast, now, so you got to come back next time to walk it out. Better you walk it out now. So he'll ease you up. परंतु वस्त मेरे श्राप अमोघ होने के कारण नष्ट हो नहीं हो सकता. This curse that I have given to you, this श्राप, it is definite, unfailable. There's no way that you can avoid it. किंतु उसका किंचित प्रभाव भाव पर ही पकड़ रहा जाएगा. Some of the effects of it we're going to have to take. You can't get away. I can't take back all. Must have some effect. Therefore, you will get some residual effects in your foot. तुम कुछ लंगड़े हो जाएंगे. You will have to remain somewhat lame. So, all who suffering from heel spurs and all them plantar fasciitis or fasciitis or some kind of thing like doctor going to the correct term, right? Some kind of thing like that. Right? See, all have some shani and all, right? So, you have to deal with some kind of foot pain. And when you have sciatica problem and all kind of thing and it radiating down there. See, all of this foot related thing here now. See, kuch langre ho jayenge. You cannot get away, therefore, the effects I will leave in your foot, so you go walk lame for the rest of your life. Like that is the only way she could have reduced it. तो पार्वती के वचन सुनकर शनिदेव को संतोष हुआ. He became very, very happy and contented. Why? Because he had two choices: ang bhang or a little lame foot. Which one you want? You want your flesh melt off your bones and then have no body at all, or you want a little lame foot? I don't know, you tell me now, which one you feel better? If when you go and sit down by the table just now, right? And you see that nice curry and rice on top of that, leaf there, all kind of chana and alwa, paratha and all kind of thing. Tell me if you're angbang, you could enjoy that, huh? Only if you have a body, you will be able to enjoy that, isn't it? I will take my lame food with chana and I'll go quite good. You can only enjoy what this world has to offer if you have a body. Without the body and the senses, you'll not be able to enjoy anything. So, a little lame food is alright, I will take that. But I can still enjoy, I'm still alive, I can still enjoy everything that the world has to offer. Bolo Sri Jagadamba Durga Devi Mata Ki Jai. So, like this, my dear friends, Aapki Mahima ko kaise jaan sakte? Who could speak about your Mahima? Shani Dev is telling Devi Mata. Who can speak about your Mahima? Aap sansar ki Swamini. You are the Lord and Master of this sansar, the well-wisher of this divine world. Mata, Danya ho, Mata, Danya ho. Today you save me and you give me all of these blessings. So, my dear friends, what happens after that now? Well, tomorrow we'll have to see how this katha unfolds and what takes place. Yes, see, quickly, time is running away. Tomorrow is work and school and thing. I don't want to let you all come in because I'm going late. Only Wednesday we will go late because it is all night vigil for Ganapati Bappa. So only one night we'll go late. But at this point in time, you please stand as we'll have our closing arti. unto the divine Lord we pray. As we wave the sacred light, Ma, Mother of Ganesha, bless us so that we can get his darshana. As you protected your child through this katha that we've seen for the past few nights, with that fierceness, please protect us from the negativities of this world also. Sajam chavarti sangyuktang mahina yojitang maya deepam grihana deveshe trailokya timirapa Mata Jaki Parvati Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati ho Mata Jaki Parvati, Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Deva Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी माथे पर तिलक सोए हो माथे पर तिलक सोहे मूष की सवारी जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा मुदाकराद मोदकं सदा विमुक्त साधकं कलाधरावतांसकं विलैष्य लोक रक्षकं माता जाकी पार्वती हो माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा पंदन को आक देत कुरियन को काया कुरियन को काया कुरियन को काया पंदन को आक देत कुरियन को काया कुरियन को काया कुरियन को काया पांचन को पुत्र हो भांजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को पाया जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा अनायकैकनायकं विनाशवेददायकं नपासुवासुनाशकं नमामि तं विनायकं माता जाति पार्वती हो माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेव जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा और चढ़े मेवा और चढ़े मेवा पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा और चढ़े मेवा और चढ़े मेवा लदवन को भोग लदवन को भोग लाग संत कर सेवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा नतीतरादि भीकरं न भोरितार भास्वरं न मंसुरा निरंजनं न आदिकान पुंदरं माता जाति पार्वती हो माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेव जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा दासनों को लाज राख गौरी पुत्रवारी गौरी पुत्रवारी गौरी पुत्रवारी दासनों को लाज राख गौरी पुत्रवारी गौरी पुत्रवारी गौरी पुत्रवारी मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो हो
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
सुरेश्वरम निधेश्वरम गजेश्वरम गणेश्वरम सहेश्वरम समाश्रये परात्परां निरंतरम माता जाति पार्वती हो माता जाति पार्वती माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेव
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया
गणपति बाप्पा 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 मोरिया बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की
जय
the Supreme Lord, whose Leela we are discovering each night, the greatness and the lessons in there that we must implement in our own lives so that we may be able to reach the highest heights of this life and to touch the feet of the Lord. May He who is the remover of all difficulties and obstacles illumine our path. Bless us with the riddhis and siddhis that are necessary to be able to achieve the Param Purushartha. Prabhu, for all those who have made this journey to touch your feet this day, बारंबार विनती करता हूँ प्रार्थना, हे नाथ, धन्य सौभाग्य हम लोग, how fortunate we are to have been blessed with the opportunity to touch your feet. Jai Ganaraja, Sri Ganaraja, Mangal Murti Moria, Mangal Murti
मोरिया
Jai Ganaraja,
श्री गणराजा
Mangal Murti,
मोरिया
Mangal Murti,
मोरिया
कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियवा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभाव करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं गणार्णं यत् पूजितं मया देवा परिपूर्णं तद्वस्तु मे. In one voice we pray. त्वमेव माता च पिता
त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा
त्वमेव विद्या
द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा.
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति
शान्ति हरि ओम.
As we lift our hands in praises, बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की प्रभु रामचंद्र की बाके बिहार कृष्ण भगवान की जगत जननी माता की श्री सत्य सनातन सनातन धर्म की पार्वती पदये हर हर महादेव। सबको जय जय। अपने आसन लीजिए। As you receive your arati and prasad, of course, before you leave, please take the opportunity to touch the feet of the Lord, offer your prayer, seek blessings for yourself, your family, community.